Hello, folks, and welcome back to twitch.tv/games with Nick. Let's go ahead and try to wrap up Gabriel Knight 3 in this bonus stream.
What's up?
Just a minute, Gracie. Why don't you take a seat?
Aw, man.
All right. Fun time's over.
Okay.
I want to know what's going on, and I want to know now.
I have no idea what you mean.
Nor I.
Then let me give you a clue. Earlier today, I had a certain unpublished manuscript in my room. Someone took that manuscript, and that someone was Mosley. Shortly afterwards, it was stolen from the first thief by
Madeline
Bouthane. The second thief couldn't hold on to it either. It was stolen for the third time by
Vittorio Buccelli.
Vittorio Buccelli.
I don't know
And
if
the
he
third thief disposed of it by
burying it.
burying it.
Really?
Yep.
But this is slanderous. You cannot prove a word.
He is
Of course we can. Can't we, Grace?
Sure. Of course we can. We have solid proof on all three of you.
I admit it. I did take the manuscript, but I didn't do it for my own personal gain or anything. I'm CIA.
Aha! That explains it.
Outrageous.
God, Mose. Congrats.
Thanks.
Mademoiselle Bouthane, what's your excuse?
I do not know what you mean.
Don't you? Let's consider the fact that you have way too much equipment for a tour guide.
But I am technically minded.
And lethal. My guess is French Internal Secret Service.
You are much too smart for your own good.
Oh, and you, Signore? Or should I call you Father?
It is not illegal for a priest to travel without a collar.
Oh, but you're not just a priest, are you? You came on a train from Rome, yet you lied. You said it was Naples. Why tell such a pointless fabrication unless you were hiding something? Like the fact that you're with the Vatican.
That is not a crime either.
But stealing manuscripts is.
Perhaps it is time for you to reveal your secrets, Gabriel.
Sure. I'm a private investigator. I'm here about the kidnapping of Prince James of Albany's infant son.
James Stewart's son has been kidnapped?
When did this happen?
You really didn't know? Either of you?
No.
Certamente no. I came only to report on any activity in the area. The Vatican feels that there are certain subversive parties who are trying to fabricate stories. Perhaps even go so far as to stage certain finds, plant material. Naturally, the church is anxious that anything of the sort be prevented and exposed.
Perhaps you are right, Signore. But we believe that there is something buried near Rennes-le-Château.
That's why you were given this assignment?
I have been watching Rennes-le-Château for a few years now. There are certain political interests involved. Interests which might not be working for the long-term stability of the present French government. Besides, if there is an archaeological discovery to be made here, such findings should be controlled by the French authorities. We want to make sure nothing gets smuggled out without our knowing.
I thought you needed excavation permits to do any serious digging.
Hypothetically, but several parties have applied for permits. We can only deny them for so long.
Mose?
The CIA thinks there's something going on over here with the Freemasons, the Priory, and the Knights of Malta. You name it. We've got to make sure our interests are being protected. You know, the good old U.S. of A. Oh, they sent me on a tour as a kind of an audition, I guess. They didn't want anybody with legit CIA credentials. You know, anyone who could be traced. But I'll probably be starting full-time when I get back.
And the digging, monsieur?
Oh, intelligence got that tip from somewhere. I was just supposed to, check it out.
So it was the CIA who infiltrated our computer system. We thought it was the Priory. It is not the first theory we have had, I am afraid. Our cipher experts work on it when they can, and it appears this was another failed attempt. Right, monsieur?
I sure didn't find anything.
Great, we've got that settled. Now, where's the manuscript?
Cough it up, Padre. Are you gonna be singing in the boys' choir?
You're both mad. I don't have it.
I think I have an idea where it might be.
All right. But if I don't find that manuscript, I'll be coming to see you, signore.
May we go now?
Yeah.
I saw a moped parked off the road. It was south of Blanchefort near a big orange rock.
Okay, I'll check it out, thanks.
And I've made some real progress with Sydney.
I'll come up and see it later, all right? Right now, I've got much bigger problems.
You certainly do.
Alright, now that the big scene is over, I am disappointed to have failed the game. We're not used to play this game back to back to back. Not literally back to back to back, but a lot more often. If you identify Kelly's... Oh no. Oh, why do you hate me so? Oh god. When I used to play this game back to back to back, if you identify Bukali's bike ahead of time, when Grace sees him, that's when you... Essentially, the hotspot gets added to the map, and from there you just go and dig up the manuscript, and there's all the prints that show to you who was responsible for touching the manuscript in the first place. But how... Like, this is the big orange rock. How do I... Was it not... Oh, no. Sorry, didn't mean to come bother Larry. I don't think it's up here.
I don't have...
Purdue, yeah. Maybe let's just go talk to Prince James?
I can't.
Oh, what am I missing? Maybe I should talk to Grace again? Grace, talk to me.
Can we talk about the case for a minute?
Of course.
I've been thinking about our list of suspects. Larry and Prince James are Freemasons. The Abbé is Priory. I think we can cross them off.
Right. Bukele is Vatican, Madeline is French Internal Secret Service, and Mosley is, God help us, CIA.
Yeah, makes you think about renouncing your U.S. citizenship, doesn't it?
I've survived Gingrich, I can survive this. But anyway, it's starting to feel like the end of 10 Little Indians. There's hardly anybody left.
There's still Emilio and the two British gals.
Come on, they're harmless. Well, okay, they're not exactly harmless, from a sociological standpoint, but they are certainly not kidnappers. There's also Montreux. I deciphered Le Serpent Rouge, and it showed a red serpent on the map, with its tail wrapping right around Chateau de Serres. It really... well, it's pretty creepy.
I agree. He's our best suspect at the moment. I'll go check out Sarah's again. In the meantime, you keep an eye on Emilio, Lady Howard, and Estelle.
All right, but be careful.
I need to decide what it is I want to have happen before I talk to her about it. I don't want to screw up again. Where'd you say the manuscript might be again?
I saw a moped parked by a big orange rock south of Blanchefort. I'm not sure if it's related to the manuscript or not.
Right. You've made some progress with Sydney, you said?
Yeah, I did. Several times.
Well, what'd you find out?
Oh, lots of stuff you probably don't care about. But it did help me find an entrance to an underground cave. I think Wilkes was onto it before he died.
That does sound promising. Maybe we can go over it later. I have a few last things I want to do first.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see if the spot is now available for us to visit.
I'll go.
Oh shit, I thought it wasn't here. Oh, did I fuck up during Grace's time? Could I have actually unearthed the manuscripts in the previous time slot? Who knows?
I'll go get the shovel off the back.
I think I may have messed up last time. Cost me some points. Oh well.
It's the manuscript, all right. Hallelujah.
Also, a reminder that the person voicing Gabriel
Now I
Knight
can face Prince James without a shit-eating grin on my face.
is Tim Curry, like D. Tim Curry from Rookie Horror Picture Show and so forth. Probably the last time I'll remind you of that fact, since I hope that we will be able to finish the game today. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me check something first.
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Knight.
You need to slow down before you hit oil.
I appreciate your concern. I'll be finishing up here soon.
Nothing, huh?
No, not a thing.
Does she really need money that badly?
Lily's not the sort to live like ordinary people. She was raised to shine. Oh, you wouldn't understand. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Sounds like she is privileged. But I can't do the thing I want to do just yet. So let us actually go talk to Prince James and see if that seems to out.
I do appreciate your returning the manuscript, Mr. Knight.
If I'd known what Mr. Sinclair here was up to, I wouldn't have taken it in the first place.
Well, what's done is done. But I think it's time we had a serious conversation.
Absolutely. Do you consider yourself to be a bloodline descendant, Prince James?
Well, it may sound foolish to you, but a belief in our lineage and the responsibility that it brings has been the motivation behind everything the Stuarts have done for centuries. You see, we take our heritage very seriously.
So, you think the kidnapping is a response to Sinclair's manuscript, to its positioning you as the head of the bloodline?
It's not just the manuscript, but yes.
Have you received any demands from the kidnappers, or?
No. Look, I'm willing to give up my claim forever if that's what they want, as long as my son is safe. But we don't even know who to contact to make such a concession. The Priory swears they're not responsible, and no one else has come forward. My God, I'm at the end of my rope.
Perhaps it's not political.
If I let myself even consider that it might be the night visitors, I can't imagine what they would want with...
I'm sorry. I know how awful this is. What are these negotiations between the Freemasons and the Priory about?
Because of our common heritage, there's certain wisdom and property that's shared. And now that the dispute over the bloodline heir is coming to a head, these things must be settled.
You're trying to get permits to excavate out here, aren't you?
I don't know where you heard such a thing, but I admit we have been hedging our bets in case negotiations go badly.
What kind of property do the Freemasons have?
We have a few of the treasures that have always been sacred to the descendants of Moses.
Like what? The Ark of the Covenant? Something like that?
I'm not at liberty to say, but the bloodline treasures are dispersed. Whoever takes the mantle, in the end, will want them. All of them.
What about the Priory? What do they have that you want?
The Priory controls the treasure the Templars couldn't take with them to Scotland because it was embedded in the very landscape.
The treasure of Rennes-le-Château?
Yes, but they're not to touch it until we've agreed on a treaty. You see, we have things they want too.
Does the grapevine motif mean anything to you? Viticulture in general?
Yes. The wine of communion represents the blood of Jesus, and the grape represents his body. And the grapevine, in some circles, represents the desposimy, the house of David. You have heard Jesus called the fruit of David, I assume.
Of course.
Where did you see such a motif, Mr. Knight?
Oh, it's in the church.
What about my son, Mr. Knight? I'm willing to tell you certain things, but please, have you learned anything new?
I've narrowed it down to a few suspects. In fact, I was going to follow up on that right now.
Very well. Mesme and I will continue our own efforts. We'll see you back here this evening, then.
Absolutely. And, try not to worry.
I do appreciate your tenaciousness, Mr. Knight.
Yeah? I've had shots for that, but never mind. I'll see you.
What an extraordinary man.
Okay, as well take a little detour. And we've talked our heart out with the Freemasons. See if we can talk our heart out with Priory in the person represented by it.
Excuse me, Mr. Arnaud.
Hello, Mr. Knight.
I've been meaning to ask you something.
And what is that?
I've been meaning to ask you about your association with the Priory of Sion.
Where did you hear such a thing?
Prince James's men? See, I'm working for Prince James. I came here to see about the kidnapping myself.
I see. Well, I'm not really surprised, though I would have expected more polish from Prince James's agents. Ce n'est pas d'importance. You will learn nothing from me. The Priory would never stoop to kidnapping a child.
And tell me, what sort of things would the Priory stoop to?
I have nothing to say to you about the Priory, Mr. Knight. But whatever you hear from Prince James, remember, it is their side of the story.
The Priory is trying to get official permission to excavate in the area, isn't that right?
Yes, but so are the Freemasons. Naturally, we have an advantage being French.
And what exactly are you planning to excavate?
Far more learned ears than yours have been denied that knowledge.
Really? Including yours? Have they told you what it is?
Really? Quel toupet!
Excelsior Montreux, the owner of Chateau de Serras, is he a Priory member too?
Not at all. Why?
Oh, just wondering.
I still can't understand if he's mispronouncing things on purpose or
The
not.
Priory does have issues with Prince James, though, doesn't it? Political issues?
What could you understand about such matters? We have been working for centuries to get the bloodline on the throne of France. Do you know, we almost succeeded. Marie Antoinette was desposée, and she had a son who would have been king.
Whoa.
Damned revolution ruined everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, revolutions can really fuck up your long-term conspiracies. I think the Priory doesn't like the idea of the Stuarts regaining power.
In Scotland, perhaps. perhaps. Not in France. Not over the European Union. The Habsburg-Lorraines are a much more critical line. Besides, we could hardly accept a Scot on the throne.
I see your point. Oh, those bagpipes can get annoying. So there really is a treasure?
Beyond measure.
Well, so why don't you just go in and take it?
The Templars lived a long time ago.
You don't know where it is, do you?
There are certain disadvantages to keeping information in the hands of a chosen few. When the French Revolution occurred, the Abbé here was the guardian. He was forced to flee to Spain. His records were lost for decades. Then Saunier rediscovered them. He was a greedy bastard, and he was tormented by the Great Secret. He offered fragments of the documents for exorbitant sums. He fabricated and destroyed evidence, and died without revealing what he knew.
That's why you've leaked information, isn't it? You hoped someone would solve the riddle for you.
There is a season for everything, and the season for the unveiling is coming very soon. One way or another, the treasure will come to light.
What is it you're so determined to unveil?
One day soon, you shall know. Now excuse me, Mr. Knight. Oh, and I do wish you luck in finding the infant.
Okay. Didn't learn much. Had that cool tidbit about Marie Antoinette being a descendant of Christ. Okay, so
I'll go get...
a couple of last things we need to take care of. Need to take care of this right now. Not something to talk about.
Got it.
Right. Let's deal with that real quickly. Yeah, I feel like I missed a few occasions of getting everybody's license plate and fingerprint and all that. This much I can do. Suspect list. Estelle. Link to suspect. Then LSR. Match
That
analysis.
analyze stuff is
That's racist stuff. Okay, well, at least it's in. Let's go back to Sarah.
They're closed.
Okay.
Now that.
Can I just climb it?
Uh-oh. It It's Marceau.
The chateau is closed, Monsieur Knight.
I noticed. Well, I didn't see a buzzer down at the gate, so I had to come up. Now, I hate to bother y'all, but I'm leaving the area today, and I really need to ask Mr. Montreux just a few more teensy questions. Oh, please.
Oh, wait here.
My apologies, Mr. Knight. It is a very bad day for visitors.
Boy, I've had some of those. This is probably really inconvenient, but I'm leaving France today, and I was hoping to feature Sarah's in my article. You made quite an impression on me.
Did I?
Oh, yeah. What I was really hoping was to snag a few more bottles of that Merlot. My editors won't let me give anything 5 stars unless they've tasted it, and boy, that Merlot deserves 5 stars.
Oh, well then, I applaud your taste. Of course I can get you more bottles. I'll have Marceau open the tasting room.
Actually, I'm guessing, well, you guys have a wine cellar. Am I right?
Yes?
Could we go down there and get the wine? It'd make a much more romantic opening for my article. I could just make it up, but as you said yourself, God is in the details.
I don't believe I said that, but I couldn't agree more. I'll take you down myself.
Oh, wow. I knew this place would be great. I was reading about those Roman mines they had around here. Does this cellar attach to anything, like that?
No. Ah, here it is, the 76 Merlot.
I've been thinking about what you said. About how the breeding of grapes is like the breeding of people.
That is not what I said.
Oh, it's a terrific analogy. Maybe even the angle on my new story. So, would you say this Merlot is like, say, a king of wines? Or just a gorgeous camp? Look at that. God, am I an idiot?
No, please, don't bother. It's...
Ow!
Oh my, you cut yourself.
Oh, it's nothing.
You are asking about wine?
Sorry about that.
No, not a prince. Our little Merlot. Then again, it's not exactly wine in the box either. But yes, it's eminently drinkable.
Right. Oh, gosh, look at the time. I have that flight to catch. Thanks. See myself out.
That was creepy.
God.
If you ever wondered whether this guy's creepy, well, you have your answer.
It's open. Uh-oh.
Like the fact that the
What's
ceiling is
up
full
there?
of bats.
Most sacred. After tonight, the adepts will converge in Cairo.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
Voila, Mission Knight. What are you?
Look, it's the man from the train.
Alright. Almost there. 3, 6 to 9.
Where could he be?
Sydney. Results of symbol search. Match found in 12th century.
Mixed blood distills gold. Mixing blood to create the elixir of life. The Philosopher's Stone. Montreux and his pals are into some weird blood cult thing. I think they're the vampires.
You know, in case we needed more confirmation. But, yeah. And if we go into suspects. Working.
Estelle. She was the one who left Le Serpent Rouge?
All right. Let's try to see if we can have a chat with Estelle somewhere. Like right here.
Estelle, I've been meaning to ask. You didn't lose this, did you?
Le Serpent Rouge? What? But that's not the one that... Where did you get it?
Don't you know?
Why should I? May I see it again?
No. You left this riddle for me just like you left the book and all those notes, didn't you?
What on earth are you talking about?
Hmm.
Look, will you show me your copy? We have a copy too, you see, but we haven't made much headway. Yours looks quite different. Please, Grace. Please.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Well,
I heard Lady
talk to her
Howard
about
mention
Ra, I
some
guess.
Egyptian artifacts that were found here.
I don't know what you mean.
All right. I'll show you my copy of Le Serpent Rouge if you tell me. But it better be good.
Come up to my room.
Are you flirting with me?
Lily's having a bath. Oh, she's been so distraught lately. She hasn't been in the mood to talk about the mystery. Dr. Wen found these objects when he was digging here 20 years ago. He became convinced that the Wren mystery was deeply tied with Egyptology. He believes there's a seed of alien wisdom buried here, a seed similar to that planted in Egypt.
Huh. So, where did Dr. Wen find these artifacts anyway?
On the back of Mount Cardew, in a cave. He said it headed off into further caverns, but he never got the chance to explore them before his accident.
His accident?
Yes. Didn't you know?
Oh, good sure.
My.
That cave is on private land now. Not that it matters. It was just one of the many storage caves of the Atlanteans. The seed itself is the real treasure. It was placed based on cosmic alien logic. Unfortunately, Dr. Wen's latest calculations still seem to be a bit off.
I'm not surprised. That cosmic alien logic's a bitch. Can I just look at the pictures, please?
Oh, of course. I'm sorry.
What's this?
Dr. Wen never identified it. Odd, isn't it?
Can I borrow this photograph? I promise I'll get it back to you.
In exchange for Le Serpent Rouge?
Deal.
I'm done with it anyway.
I better go. Good luck, Estelle.
Thank you, Grace. Of course, I wish you the same.
I have my doubts about Dr. Wen's seed, but this looks Egyptian, all right. It also looks like something a vampire might use.
Right.
Maybe I should just follow him.
Gonna follow him then. I think I know where he's going, but I want to make sure I follow him. Going this way, bud? Yes. Yeah, I love that. You're literally 2 feet behind him, and he just keeps walking.
Please.
The reverence is not for you.
I know that.
You should not be here. You should not be anywhere near this place.
They do not know I'm here.
You had better hope not. We have enough to worry about with the baby.
Has there been any confirmation that he's the Kanosh Kanaya?
No, the signs are ambiguous. We won't know for certain until he's old enough to show his will.
But if you do not know, they cannot know either.
I'm certain they do not, but they will take his blood anyway. And it may be enough.
Of course, we must stop them.
How? You have been watching Mr. Knight?
Yes, you were right about his family. He has his own destiny to fulfill in all of this, and the girl has found the entrance to the temple.
It may be too late. We're almost out of time.
Not until midnight. I have tried to prepare them as best I could, but it is almost cruel to send him in.
Do you foresee something?
I have told you, I will not foretell the outcome, but the forces arrayed below will be terrible.
He will not be sent alone. When can we start?
Give me time to speak with him. I will call you at the villa.
Very well. Till then.
So Emilia seems to have some secrets of his own. Somehow, again, doesn't see us as we head to the right of him as he walks directly towards us. But, you know. Okay, move.
Oh my god, what is going on?
Talk to Emilia and we'll figure it out.
I think it's time we had a talk, Mr. Baza. You left that copy of Le Serpent Rouge at the museum for me, didn't you?
Yes.
And the little notes at the center of the circle and the arms of the hexagram.
Guilty as charged.
I don't get it. If you wanted to help Gabriel and I, why didn't you just be open about it?
I must be very careful that certain people do not know that I am here.
You're part of the secret brotherhood, aren't you? You and Mesme.
You are correct about Mesme. He is with the Brotherhood, but I am not. I haven't been for some time.
And Montreux, he's one of the others, the ones who steal the blood?
Yes. They call themselves adepts of the holy blood, but they are vampires, pure and simple.
I don't understand. Why doesn't the Brotherhood just stop the vampires?
If you are to understand what we're up against, you must know the whole story. Listen. The secret brotherhood are the weavers of the bloodline. It is a process intricately linked to the stars. The birth of the Divine One, the one the Brotherhood calls the Kenosh Kanaya, can only happen during certain planetary alignments with the constellation Osiris. Just over 2,000 years ago was the last such configuration. The Brotherhood was expecting something profound. They tried frantically to read the signs and omens. There were many branches of the bloodline, even back then. One was the House of David, and it was to this branch that the signs pointed. So the Brotherhood used their influence and a bit of magic to convince the current heir, Joseph, to marry his betrothed before the date prescribed by Jewish tradition. Mary conceived. The signs for the birth were auspicious, a conjunction of two planets, Jupiter and Mercury. This created a star, a certain sign of success. But the Jewish king, Herod, heard of the birth of a Davidic heir and threatened the infant's life. The Brotherhood took the family to Egypt, and the young god was reared there, tutored in the ways of the infinite.
So Jesus was the Kenosh Kanaya?
Oh, yes. He was what we had awaited. The open portal between man and the infinite. The one who could see the fabric of the universe and alter it at will.
Wow.
But he was also a Jew. Jesus insisted on studying the Torah, learning his heritage. As he read the tales, he became convinced that he was the Jewish Messiah. From the Brotherhood's point of view, it was a limited ambition, and yet who were we to tell the Divine One what he was or was not?
What happened?
He returned to Jerusalem. A few of the Brotherhood went with him to watch over him. What we didn't realize, perhaps because we were not Jews, was that Jesus intended to fulfill the prophecies. All of them.
What about the vampires? Where do they come in?
I will try to explain. You see, the Brotherhood collected blood samples for study and testing before they selected brides. There were certain magical rites performed. There had always been rumors that some of these priests had dared imbibe the blood to steal power for themselves. Of course, such things were taboo, and when these rumors surfaced among the initiates, they were harshly scolded. But when Jesus was being reared in Egypt, there was a young initiate who envied his strange abilities. He began to whisper to his friends that to truly serve the Kenosh Kanaya, the priesthood ought also to be immortal, just like the Kenosh Kanaya himself.
Jesus was immortal?
In a sense, he could reweave the fabric of his body at will, just as he could those of others. He could have healed his own wounds, but he chose to perform the sacrifice the prophecies demanded. It wouldn't have been much of a sacrifice had he rescinded.
So what happened with the young initiate?
His name was Sine, and one of the boys he persuaded was Ali, son of the Brotherhood's headmaster. Ali wasn't a bad boy, but he loved Jesus and liked the idea of living with him forever. Fortunately, he approached his father about it one night. When the headmaster heard of the heresy, he exploded. Sine and his followers were expelled. Only Ali remained, having repented his ignorance. But Sine and his followers didn't give up. Sine grew bitter. He decided they would steal the blood. He kept his eyes on the conclave, but could never get close. When Jesus left for Jerusalem, they managed to keep it secret from Sine. He did not arrive in Israel until it was too late.
So Sine's group, the Adepts, are still after the blood.
Even worse, they found it. Jesus had heirs, 2 sons. That was the one thing he did agree to do for the Brotherhood's sake. His sons were only human. They'd missed the window of Osiris, but they survived to have descendants.
Now the window is open again.
Yes.
Is the baby, Charlie, the Kenosh Kanaya?
We do not know. It depends on how well the vine has been woven. It depends on many things. Sadly, it may not matter. Where the Brotherhood has woven for 2,000 years, the Adepts have tasted. The bloodline grew too broad for the Brotherhood to protect each descendant every minute. And as the vampires succeeded in stealing here and there, they grew in power and in corruption. They will resort to anything for the blood. Blackmail, murder, even black magic.
They've been mixing the blood as you have, but in their own bodies.
Exactly. And they've been doing it for so many generations that they have changed, physically. It is a result of the blood, but even more, the result of corruption. You see, the power they have is stolen. It is not theirs. Even so, they are strong. The Brotherhood does not taste of the forbidden fruit. They're no match for the Adepts anymore. And the baby's blood may be enough to tip them over the threshold, even if he's not all we think he might be.
So, what will happen if they take his blood?
Montreux will be king of the world. Rex Mundi incarnate.
God. Ah, it's Gabriel. Thank heaven.
Thank heaven indeed. We have quite nearly run out of time. May we meet in your room, Ms. Nakamura?
All right. Final chapter.
So they chased me for miles.
That was
Good
a
thing I had
long
the
lore dump.
God is good.
Yeah, vanity works.
But I hope
too.
you all agree.
It's time
Pretty
we talked
fucking
about the
cool.
temple. We must reach the Holy of Holies before midnight.
The temple?
I've been trying to tell you. Sydney helped me find it.
There will be traps to keep out the uninitiated.
He means those who are not initiated into the mysteries.
Gabe's read a lot of mysteries, haven't you, bud?
No, my friend. The hermetical mysteries. This is why Mesme must go with you. I would go, but I dare not risk it while the Adepts are down there.
I'd like to go.
I was hoping you would stay here with me, Grace. We can use Mesme's radio to stay in contact with the others. They may need some of your computer expertise.
But...
3. 3 is the number that will best protect the group. Myself, Gabriel, and I believe Mr. Mosley is a trained police officer?
Hell yeah, I'll go. I got a gun in my room. But, there aren't really any vampires down there. Are there?
A few. If I know Montreux, he will admit only his most trusted allies tonight. For such a prize as the baby, he might be challenged. His kind are not known for their loyalty.
Yikes.
what about the treasure?
God willing, we must remove it to safer keeping.
Wait a minute. This is about the kid. I'm not putting my butt on the line so you guys can get rich.
It's not what you think.
I assure you, the baby is the first priority for us all.
Just don't get too far ahead of me, bucko. Now let's see that.
Bucko.
Where is this thing?
We are very close.
She said it was... Yep, she was right.
Whoa.
Here goes nothing.
Be careful.
And the last chapter is basically a bunch of like old temple traps kind of set up, which is pretty cool. Not as cool as Lister Pond Rouge, but pretty cool.
Was that really necessary?
Stop whining. Look at this place.
Wait. Everything here could be a trap.
What? You want to lead?
No, just be wary. Mosley and I will follow.
Sounds good to me.
Great.
Alright, room number 1.
That's all. Those might have something to do with the shapes on Grace's map.
Do I still have a radio to call Grace on stuff? Do I have a radio? Oh.
There's some geometric shapes.
Like, on the one hand, I kind of want to wrap this up. On the other hand... Oh, yeah.
We're in this big room. The floor reminds me of the floor in the church. Black and white tiles. Mean anything to you?
Yes! It's a chessboard!
I have to get across.
I'm just not sure how I'm supposed to know which of the doors to take. Like, I know
I think someone took a look.
because I've played the game before, but I'm not sure how you're supposed to know how to. Also, this is so fucking annoying. So, we just use walkthrough for this part. So we need to move Night-like. Step on all of the swords. Step on none of the skulls. Here. This is, you know, sort of a night store kind of problem, and it's honestly not the kind of puzzle that I personally love. So I'm okay cheating on this one. Here, then we go here. Corner. Down. Yep. It's almost a straight shot. Here. Here. And we ended in front of the circle, which is the most perfect shape.
Hey, I got one open.
Excellent, Mr. Knight. Keep moving. We'll be right behind you.
Be careful, bud.
So much for safety in numbers. And a pendulum. Gee, wonderful.
Let me make a save. I think they let you continue if you die here, but let me just make a game just. In fact, I want to grab the pendulum. So hopefully the next time we come around, be able to do that. Yes. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh, that was something. Okay, there is a retry button. That's good. Oh, and we're already at the right spot, so we just need to make sure to... Nope. Oh. Controls are tricky. Okay, we did it. I clearly need to drop.
I don't have time for that now. I don't have time for that now. I don't have time for that.
Oh god. Give me anxiety.
I don't have time for that now. I don't have time for that now. I don't have time for that now.
How? What am I supposed to do?
I don't have time for that now.
Oh, that's how we do it. Oh. Oh. Nope. Oh boy. I really need to save it every step, huh? Oh, come on! I totally clicked on it! Oh. Like, the idea behind this is cool. The implementation as a PC game, maybe not so much. Hello, Elvish Cat. Thanks for stopping by as I die again and again and again and again and again. Oh. Okay, we got this far. Now, where do I need to click to drop? First, make a save. Save. No. All right, made it.
Really hate this place. Gracie, can you give me a rundown on the meaning of the circle?
It represents eternity, fertility, and perfection.
Okay. Gold ingots. I could just pick them up and try to go home, but I...
Oh, thank you for checking out my VODs. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is one of my favorite games of all time, and it was a blast playing through it, besides some issues with, you know, modern computers and how they don't really handle it that well. Okay.
Hey! Works for me.
I don't hear anything. Just walking. There's something I've been wondering. I read about the vampires looking for the wandering Jew. He really exists, doesn't he? And it has something to do with the blood of Jesus?
Yes, Grace.
But it's not the way the legends claim, is it? Jesus cursing someone to go on.
No.
The vampires didn't get the blood of Jesus, but someone else did.
Ah, yes. Ali, the headmaster's son, was among those who accompanied Jesus back to Jerusalem. For 3 years he watched Jesus teach. It was, well, amazing. But in the end, neither he nor his father could stop Jesus from his course. The day of the crucifixion, Ali's father was so ill with grief that he had to be carried from Golgotha. Only Ali was left to keep vigil. Ali could not believe it was ending. All the promise of the Kanosh Kanaya, all the centuries of planning were being destroyed. Jesus was allowing it to be destroyed. Something in him rebelled. He remembered Sine's words, and in his grief and rage, he thought he might be able to save the blood in himself. He did not mean to become the Kanosh Kanaya. You must understand that. He simply could not watch that hope spill into the ground. So he drank it.
That's what happens when you hang out with vampires.
Hast thou forsaken me?
Your
Blood, you
fingertips
start wanting
are
to
worn
taste
smooth,
it.
But I don't get it. If you've got the power of the Kanosh Kanaya, why didn't you stop the vampires a long time ago?
I promised my father I would not use the power. Never. Not for anything. It is not mine to use. It was the only way.
By the way, it also explains why he never left fingerprints or anything. He is so old that his fingertips have just
no grace.
gotten consumed.
But that must be...
It is all right. There is work to be done. Do you hear anything now?
I just think the plot of the game is so cool.
Stuff already.
It is a shame that nothing that Jensen ever wrote really ever matched this game, I think.
Grace, I need a translation. I think it's Latin. Pentum initiantibus sacrarum signi superesse licet.
Okay, let me say. It means... Beware, only the initiates of the mysteries of the seal may survive. Is everything going okay?
Piece of cake.
Alright, so... one step at a time.
Gracie, what does elige unum mean?
Emilio says it means choose one.
So we have
One's
the
pretty hip. I wonder if that's real.
Golden Gauntlet or the
Not exactly something.
Leather Gauntlet. Of course, we're gonna pick the leather one. Then we're gonna go to
Choose one.
this part, and we're gonna go into the fire. Actually, we're gonna look into the fire. Pick up.
Got it.
All the stuff. Then we put away the glove, because we are honest people and we don't want to keep gloves that are not ours.
Grace, can you translate elige magistrum?
Hold on. Yeah, it means choose a master.
Thanks.
Then we have
I'm not sure which of these two I like the least. This one looks like he should be blocking the Garden of Eden.
Angel and the Devil.
I think I don't know what to think anymore.
Very helpful. We're gonna give the Devil our stone, since, we're trying to infiltrate the bad guy lair. Don't want to be goody two shoes.
Well, that did something. Guess I gotta figure out what that says.
Meant to ask Grace.
Here's another one for you. Agnosce naturem corporas tui.
Checking. Here, it reads, identify the nature of your body. What are you?
Well, it ain't Kansas. I'll buzz you later.
on this one.
All right, here goes. Oh, that's disgusting.
You look pretty old in that one. If we step on this one, oh, didn't mean to issue. Good. But clearly we want to rotate it this way, right? No, 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 no. Back, 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 back. It did not rotate the way that the arrow said it did. Good lord.
Ready for another one? Agnosce naturem mentis 2A.
Identify the nature of your mind. One of the hints.
No. Thank you.
Okay, and of course we are yin and yang.
The doors are open. God.
There you are. Did you see that huge pendulum thingy? What was up with that?
Thank you for preparing the way. We had little trouble.
Glad I could help. I guess we have to pick one of those.
We await your lead.
I don't mean to be rude, but I thought you were supposed to be the expert.
Never fear. We will be of use to you very shortly.
We're here for you, bud.
Okay. So
I think
clearly we should not go for the easy bridge. Go for the creepy ass, likely invisible
All right,
bridge.
Guess we'll try this funky one.
Very well. We will.
No, I'll go first. I insist.
Thank you, Mr. Knight.
Okay. There's another file here. Next cycle. I feel like I should have done more of a like Indiana Jones style thing here and just straight up had an invisible bridge. Oh, come on! Shit. Bullshit. Was waiting and that tile never reappeared. I guess I need to do a long jump there. Next cycle. Yeah, he does a lot in the last 20 minutes. Especially, he got sliced a lot by that giantess pendulum. Kinda feel bad for him, but you know, then again, that's what he signed up for. Okay, and we're through. Yeah, step off. Thank you.
Man, I hate that kind of thing.
You hate it. I was the one who...
I told you we would be useful. You must get through the veil and save the child. We will hold these three.
Are you sure?
No. Yes. Go on.
Curse you to hell. I should have known you for a treacherous liar.
I'm a liar, and you're a blood-sucking vampire. Now that we've got that straight, give me the kid.
Stop, or I'll rip him to pieces right now.
You can't do that. You've got to have time to savor a good vintage.
You ignorant dog. You piece of refuse. You have no idea who I am. I will shred your limbs and suck the marrow from your broken bones.
Yeah? Why don't you come out of there and give it your best shot, old man?
Domini inferi, exoditi precationum. By the power of Hermes and Solomon, I call upon the protector, Asmodeus, guardian of sacred treasure.
Not.
This one has come.
Oh boy, that is a big demon.
Definitely not good.
Okay, let's move back. Climb the altar. And then slice this bad boy's throat. Ha!
It's holy blood. No. No. It's holy blood. Holy.
And that's a wrap on the gameplay. All we gotta do is enjoy the ending.
Christ. Is he it? Is that the last of them?
I think so.
You have done very well. We owe you more than we can ever repay.
Just glad Charlie's okay.
Ah, he's unmarked, praise God.
Unfreaking believable. Those guys out there, they were like vampires.
Yeah.
No. What's he up to? What is it?
Raise the lid.
Oof. Creepy.
Can you forgive me? I did not know. May the gods have mercy. I did not know. You are already forgiven. Please, is there anything I can do? For your family, perhaps?
Yes. I will need a service from one of your descendants, if you will allow it. Will you be a servant for the light?
Yes. Anything.
Then raise the end of your sword to my lips. Carry the gold with you. It will protect you from evil. Now go in peace and love God.
That is the origin of the Schattenjägers. Which is pretty fucking cool.
Hi, God, why doesn't he say something?
It is over. God be praised. Everyone is safe.
They are? Are you sure? Where are you going?
To the Master. Goodbye, dear one. You must take very good care of yourself now.
Goodbye.
Remember, when one path to your destiny is blocked, another will appear.
It's funny, I don't remember some of these.
Don't say it.
Yeah, you're right. I honestly, I didn't even believe that the game is that flawed. It was very much of a time and age when, point and click, you could really just click everything on it. But yeah, the storytelling is just so good in it. And we never got, Gabriel Knight 4. That's one of our
What is it?
biggest
Something is
things
wrong,
that we
yes?
missed.
None of us could sleep. I came over to see if anyone knew. I felt so strange tonight.
For heaven's sake, let the man speak.
The baby is safe.
What baby?
That is fabulous news. But who?
Tell him, Mose.
Gabriel? But where are you going? I have something to tell you.
What?
All of the things I said before about wanting to know you, to be with you.
This part I was never a big fan of. Just Madeline Bouthane just being like, "No, I really want to bang you." It's like it doesn't really feel earned or really built up.
Really?
Yes.
So
Odd. I'm just starting to realize how much I didn't mean it. Excuse me?
Gabriel!
Gracie! Grace! Grace, you'll never believe.
does it seem like happy news based on the way he crumpled that letter? And that's a wrap on the game. I feel like I love this game so much, mainly for the Le Serpent Rouge part, because they are so fun. It's like a real life puzzle that you're kind of trying to piece together. So, Elvish Cat, you can actually find this game on Google Games, GOG.com, and it more or less works right out of the box. The Steam version is garbage, don't bother with that, but it is on good old games. So, if you want to replay it, that's how I'm doing it. Plus some small adjustments to make it run on new stuff, but yeah, the whole trilogy is on it. So yeah, so that's gonna do it for this little bit of a bonus stream. Just wanted to finish the game so that on Wednesday and Thursday we can start a new point-and-click adventure. I already have a candidate picked. I just need to make sure everything works the way it's supposed to. Oh wow, Jennifer Hale was Madeline Bouthane? Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, so thank you for watching. You can find me at twitch.tv/gameswithnick. You can check the schedule for see when I'll be streaming next. All my VODs are on youtube.com/gameswithnick, as you can see in the overlay. And I will be back later today for some Prince of Persia. Oh, I guess we got a special ending. The music is also so good. Oh my god, I just love it. Thanks for stopping by, Elvish Cat. Nice, thank you for the follow. And yeah, I hope to see you again. And I hope to see you. Oh, I guess the game automatically closes as soon as you click that screen. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you again sometime soon.